Hi, this is another presentation in our series of videos highlighting the fellowship at the University of North Carolina for Neurorhinology and Advanced Rhinology. My goal for this presentation is to give you just a little bit of a beginner's guide to Chapel Hill, kind of some of the benefits of living in this area. Obviously, it's important to have the best in surgical and clinical education, but also it's nice to live in an area that offers you a lot to do outside of work. And we want you to be, happy both socially as well as professionally. So without further ado, for those of you who are not familiar with the Tar Heel State, our population is roughly 10.5 million. It's growing. It's 20% higher than it was 20 years ago. Our tallest mountain, which is the highest mountain on the East Coast, is 6,600 feet. It's in the western part of the state. The state is very long. It basically from tip to tip is 474 miles. The triangle area, which is comprised by Chapel Hill, Durham, and Raleigh, includes 12 counties and has a population of 2.2 million. You basically have a 2-hour drive to what you see here is the lighthouse at the coast, and then the Blue Ridge Mountains. So it's really optimally kind of in the center of the state. I think Chapel Hill offers a very unique living situation in the sense it's a small town in a very somewhat of a metropolitan area. So you get a little bit the benefits of both, and we'll go in a little bit more detail. So the University of North Carolina was the first state university to open its doors in 1795. It was chartered in 1789 under the Constitution. It's a beautiful campus. So, if you're ever in Chapel Hill, I encourage you to walk around. It's a really a special place, both the main campus as well as the hospital campus. The population of Chapel Hill is roughly 60,000. The main street in Chapel Hill is Franklin Street. And so as you can see, it's really a small town type of atmosphere, lots of clubs, restaurants, coffee bars, what have you. We also have a movie theater. These are all on Chapel Hill. A fair number of breweries also on the main street and on Franklin Street. But from time to time, when we do win big basketball games, people tend to storm the street. And so this is, kind of what happens. And also happened most recently in the Final Four when we beat Duke. So again, it's a fun time, especially with athletic events. I'll talk a little bit more about Chapel Hill in itself. It's one of the best, overall places to live from the commuter standpoint. There's other things. It's interestingly under the radar of a southern food destination. So it's one of the top 16. It's a really kind of a foodie town. We had one of the best burgers, Al's Burger Shack, which is a locally owned joint, had the #1 hamburger in the United States in 2018. But again, there's a lot of nice things about being in a small town with lots of amenities nearby. There's lots of things to do from the university side of things, lots of athletic events. We have basketball, football, soccer, baseball, whatever sport you enjoy, rowing, fencing, they're all on campus. If you're into outdoor activities such as golf, it's a very nice local golf course. Like I said, the campus is beautiful. We have a free Carolina Basketball Museum to walk through, which is very fun. We tend, as an outing as a group, the fellows and the faculty go to at least one football game per year and at least one basketball game per year. So it's something to look forward to. We have a lot of fun at both of those outings. There's also other things to do if you're into barbecue. North Carolina has a very special type of pork barbecue. We tend to also go to Durham for a professional baseball game. It's a AAA farm team of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. We tend to do multiple outings of that per year. If you like BLTs, we have probably the best BLT in the country, just right down from an ambulatory surgery center. We have a state fair every year, which is really fun, especially for fellows not from the South. You can eat all kinds of things dipped and fried. It's an interesting social experience for everyone, and it's something we try to get everyone to do every year. There's other things to do outside of just eating. We have the Durham Performing Arts Center, which has numerous off-Broadway plays. I've seen Hamilton there, as well as many other plays. So it's not so far away from, for example, downtown Durham from Chapel Hill. We're talking about 10 miles or so. And so it's very, very accessible. There's a professional hockey team if you're into hockey, which is a lot of fun to go to. Carolina Hurricanes. There's an art center in Chapel Hill. And so again, a lot of cultural things to do, and again, some of the benefits that you'd have in the metropolitan area, but in a small town. Other things to do, we have, if you have kids, there's a Museum of Life and Science, Natural History Museum. So there's a lot of things and activities for all ages throughout the Triangle. And again, this is it's something we're proud of. It's a safe area, it's affordable, and so it's something that we can all enjoy. If you have family members, and that's of those age groups, it's a lot of fun. So Dr. Campbell with his kids, we do have snow in our mountains in the wintertime, so you can go skiing. Obviously, it's not the best skiing around, but it is something that's kind of fun and it's accessible. We have many lakes around. You can do a lot of water sports. That's my son on the tube. Again, the North Carolina Zoo is close by. We had an outing there last year where the whole department went, which was kind of a lot of fun. In the mountains, especially during the fall, is really spectacular views. So again, lots of activities. Our beach is, again, 2 hours away. So it's not something that's you can go down for a weekend pretty easily and spend a weekend down there. And it's a lot of fun. I think one of the main things I'd like to highlight is that we are, all of us that work here and our fellows, we're kind of a family, and so we spend a lot of time together, and it's fun to do social activities together. So this year, obviously, there's our current fellows are Mark and Albert. They went to UNC basketball game. Like I said, we tend to take people out. We also did an outing to the Drive Shack. Had a good time out there. This is all the UNC fellows that attended the NASBS meeting this past year. So it was good to get everybody together. We generally have alumni dinners at national meetings. Again, really much of a family atmosphere. We hang out a lot. We go to dinner a lot. And so I think I really want to stress that is kind of what you get with UNC is once you're in, you're always in. The nice thing about this area is that it's quite affordable. Most fellows rent houses or apartments. Apartment will range you in Chapel Hill, 1 to 3 bedrooms, between $1,100 and $1,600 a month. A house that's walking distance is about $2,200 a month. I'd say the only caveat would be that you likely do need a car to get around, because the clinic, our outpatient clinics are 4.6 and 3.4 miles away. And so most likely every fellow has really had to have a car. Another nice thing is that the public schools in Chapel Hill and Carborough are the best in the state. So if you have kids of school age, obviously you're not lose anything by putting them in Chapel Hill schools. And so, again, very affordable place to live. Food is affordable and housing is affordable, and it's nice. So again, feel free to ask questions for us at your interview time about the area. If there's any questions that come up from any portions of our presentations, feel free to ask us. And again, we thank you for interviewing with us, and we look forward to meeting you.